And I really feel it's so important for us to read our friends and our family's eulogy to them now. And I don't mean to sit down and say, you're going to die in 20 years or possibly tomorrow, so let me read your eulogy. What I'm trying to convey is that every day or once a week, call up a relative, call up a friend, send a card, and let them know how you feel about them. Every one of us has a sign saying, make me feel important. And so many of us wait until people are dead. They can't hear us. They're dead.
Hello there, Marissa. How are you doing today?
Well, first of all, I want to let you know that I listened to Mantra Mondays with Chloe again this morning, and I'm so touched by it because you really made a loaded statement yesterday. It was brief, strong, bold, and to the point, and I love that I can go onto the site, do a quick click, and boom, hear your mantra for the day. And it was all about having a clear intention, and I think that's so imperative for all of us to start off the day. What is our intention? How can I make a difference? Who can I make smile? Who can I reach out to? Or how can I be a better mother? Or whatever it is. But to be clear about our intention. I love that message, Chloe. I mean, you really hit it out of the ballpark. Fabulous.
Yeah, I love sharing. And I know that when I'm clear about what I'm intending, and if we could get that in alignment with our goals of what we're working on to accomplish, and, it could be a big goal that we have to break down. And if we can be clear about our intentions for this month or for this week or this day or even this hour, we could accomplish so much more. So, I was sharing from my heart. So thank you for sharing that with me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what I was thinking of is I really want to discuss celebrating our loved ones and our friendships while they are alive and not dead. And I really feel it's so important for us to read our friends and our family's eulogy to them now. And my mother is the one who always says, don't you dare bring me flowers when I'm dead. She's a very practical woman, Chloe. And she's going to donate every single organ that science can take. And I said, well, that's great, Ma, because I can go to Harvard and I can visit you in all the pickle jars. Tell your parents, tell your children, tell your friends, I love you, I care about you, whenever we possibly can, to let them know. When I read the paper, I go to the death notices. And where I live, it's a huge community of all Italians and Sicilians and a lot of Portuguese, and they're just very family-oriented people. And their obituaries are beautiful. I mean, what they write about them and the lives they lived and how they contributed to society and their philanthropy, but the most of all, what they did for their families. Because charity starts at home. And so what I really want to do is I read this one death notice about 2 or 3 weeks ago of a gentleman that I knew, and I was shocked to hear that he passed away from cancer. He was only 43 years old, and he was a huge philanthropist, which I absolutely admire. And he was a family man. And he would take children who had cancer on his own private jet from all around New England into Boston hospitals for their treatments so they wouldn't have to drive. And I just loved reading what he did for people. I want to ask myself and get clear with my intentions of when I pass on, what I would like to be written about me. Because I know for one thing, the first thing I wanted to say is exceptionally devoted, loving mother and wife and grandmother. That's going to be the most important thing.
So listen, I'm sure there are some people who really do write their own obituary. I mean, why leave it to chance? I love the fact that Joan Rivers, in her book, she said all these wonderful things. She's written them, and she also said them. And I thought it was wonderful because people knew exactly what she wanted for her funeral. So she pretty much wrote it all. She said who she wanted to be there, what she wanted them to wear. It was wonderful and classic Joan Rivers style.
Wow. I never knew that. So that's so interesting. And I think it is important to listen, to our loved one needs of what kind of funeral and stuff that they do want to have.
What do you think is a good way to show love and affection to your family members and your friends and people that you care about, whether they're at work or away in another country? What are some ways that we can share love?
First of all, I do believe in action. And for my own children, from my Mother's Day cards, they both wrote, "I love that you cook for me and clean my room and all that you do for me." And just those little things. Mm-hmm. But I text my own children during the day at school, and I say, "I love you," with big hearts. And as far as family members go, I call my aunt, "How are you feeling? How are you doing?" And, and sending cards.
I think that's a wonderful thing for writing. So few of us actually sit down and write a card or actually send something in the mail. But I think it's a lovely thing to be able to receive a card or a handwritten note through the mail.
I agree with you, Chloe, because it's us taking the time to sit down. It's our own writing. We're writing from our heart, and then we're taking the time, to send it. And it's just nice to receive a beautiful card with a message in it that is genuine. So that's probably the best way, but if we can't do it on that particular day, then send a text. That's what I'll do, is I'll send my girlfriends a group text. And I'll send them a beautiful picture about, thinking of you, gratitude, you're all light and love. And that's how I will do it. And they love that. So there's certain people that love texting, other people love phone calls, other people will love cards, and other people will love all three. That's what I want to convey, is let's let people know now. And then when the funeral comes, they already have known all this. And by the way, Chloe, if I drop dead on this call, you have my home phone number. Let my parents and everyone know that I don't want to be cremated because I've been burnt enough in life. No, thank you. I've been burnt enough. I'm not going out that way. Give all my organs away.
We're laughing about this, but that's another conversation that just has piqued my interest and my attention, that I think that family members should have a conversation about how they like to be put away, whether they like to be cremated or, whether they like to be in the ground or in a mausoleum, or whether they like to go be buried in their home state, or there's so many unanswered questions. So that would bring up
It truly is. That's a whole different show, because I know from my mother, she is such a wonderful, wonderful, giving woman. And she said to me, "I'd rather you bring my flowers to a nursing home, to a woman or a man who has absolutely no one." And I thought, what a great idea.
So these are conversations that I think could be really shared around a fun, open dinner table, or around the fire, or on the patio. Some places really relaxing,
Exactly, and it's a delicate subject, which I understand, and some people don't even want to go down that road. Just kind of like, well, how would you like it? Because we all do have our preferences. And once our preferences have been expressed, then it's up to the family to honor that. Because I know for my mother, there will not be one flower. And if there is, she will come alive. She will be very adamant.
Well, I believe at the end of the day, what you're talking about is something that I often talk about. It's all about love. At the end of the day, it's all about love, and people want to be loved, and people want to share love. And so we need to get it out more and just let people know that we love them. And there are all types of love. There's the romantic love. There is the love for our parents, the love for our children, love for our siblings, the love for people in the community, the love for friends. So there's all types of love, but at the end of the day, it's all about love. And to me, love is best expressed. And that's
Ooh, I like that. I really love what you just said. Love is best expressed. It is, because love is a verb, and we have to take action with it. And not that we can do it on a daily, we can do it on a daily basis at home, with our families, but I'm saying to reach out to other people, but to just do our best and to make it our intention, as you spoke of yesterday, like to pick a person, maybe for even once a week to start off with, and say, you know what, I'm going to sit down and write so-and-so a card and then send it out and just let them know. Because my whole thing in life, when I'm gone, I want to leave a legacy that I made everyone feel important. I spread my knowledge about everything I knew, whether it was skincare, eating, and going to alternative doctors. I just want them to be like, wow, she helped everybody in every way she could, and hopefully become a big-time philanthropist. That would be a dream of mine. And I want to die on a Sunday. I want to have my whole family there, cook a huge meal, like a Goodfellas dinner, and then dance with my... and then have all my grandchildren and kids and have us have a fabulous time together. Dance with my husband, I don't know, maybe in my 80s and 90s, because I love to dance and I still want to be dancing at that age. In the living room that night, go to bed, die in my sleep, and see you later.
I guess that would be ideal. Well, let me tell you a little story. Didn't plan this at all, but a wonderful, beautiful story about love of my grandparents. They lived into their 90s, and they were never really ill or sick. My grandmother, maybe in her early 90s or late 80s, she started to have dementia, maybe like 95. When she actually died, she went to sleep. And my grandfather said that he just heard a little, that was it. So she died. And then after the funeral, he was so sweet. She died on her birthday, I believe. That was in October. And he, after the funeral, said, well, I guess I'll die in December. And that was, I mean, wow. But that was going to be his birthday in December. And
I bet you he passed.
You wouldn't think that you would laugh about something like this, but they were just a beautiful, sweet, happy, wonderful, all those years of being married, 70-something years of being married, and then just to die that way is just beautiful, isn't it?
That's such a beautiful love story. That reminds me of Johnny Cash and June Carter, because he died 4 months right after June.
What is your last word for us today?
Dreda, I would love to say actually what you said, Chloe. I think it was fabulous. Love is best expressed. Let's all take action even once a week, once a month, whatever we can do to let a loved one know that we truly care about them. Let's read our eulogy now to them while they are alive so they can feel good and they can say, wow, I made you feel this way. Thank you for letting me know. Let them feel important now. We all need it now.
And with that, love is best expressed. And you have heard it right here, straight up from Marissa DeChico. Until next time, this is Chloe Taylor Brown. Goodbye for now.